What is SmackNPie? SmackNPie here, and welcome back to another Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 Theory video. Now today it's gonna be all about that final monster that we saw by the end of Chapter 2. Who is he? What is he? And his big role in Chapter 3 and the overall franchise of Poppy Playtime. But first, if you're planning to buy Mommy Long Legs or Kissy Missy or Huggy Wuggy plushie or any other poster merchandise, use the code SMACK10 for 10% off or the link in the description. Now without wasting any more time, boys, let us jump into it. So, shout out to Horrorscaped, shout out to Fusion Z Gamer, and shout out to other YouTubers who have been going around, going out of bounds, checking out exactly what's going on with Poppy Playtime Chapter 2. And you know, that's what the fun is all about. It's the community that comes together and do these kind of things. Everybody wanted to see who that final monster is, because when I was live streaming, it's a little my fault. I was looking away when she was getting crushed, Mommy Long Legs, of course. When I looked back at the screen, I saw a hand, like a spider hand, that was taking Mommy Long Legs into the abyss. And I thought, you know, that thing crawled from inside of her because her suit got crushed and whatnot. But then I looked back, and I saw that the hand came from outside. So now I have then researched and whatnot, and I've come to theorize some patterns and specific things related to this monster. So you know what, wasting no more time, let us jump into it. So who is this? Well, ladies and gentlemen, its name is Prototype. Today I've made a discovery that I haven't seen many people talk about, but in one of the death screens, it shows this: the Prototype has saved us. Isn't he wonderful? There are a lot of death quotes that I saw appear after the new update that fixes a couple bugs, where it shows this: innovation is key, yes, but maybe you forget death. Okay, maybe this one is a little old, but I have stumbled upon many others. But coming back to the topic at hand, the Prototype has saved us. Isn't he wonderful? These quotes shows us that the major quotes from Chapter 1, death quotes, that implied a he was not Huggy Wuggy. But don't take my word for it. By the end of Chapter 2, the final VHS tape that you get literally says this:
in relation, Experiment 1006, the Prototype. A close call occurred this week in which he nearly breached containment. The Prototype seemingly disassembled the digital alarm clock within his room and utilized the battery, along with several other components, to create a laser pointer, which he then fired into the security camera, disabling it. These actions allowed him 28.3 seconds completely unmonitored. Once function returned to the camera, the room appeared to be empty. One surveillance specialist went in to confirm his absence. However, upon opening the door, she realized that the Prototype had hidden in one of the camera's blind spots. The Prototype attempted to escape through the open door. However, another surveillance specialist was able to remotely relock the door, despite the other specialists still being inside. One casualty occurred. The Prototype seems to possess an unprecedented level of intelligence, beyond that of all other test subjects, as well as an alarming willingness to commit violence. Further suppression treatments will need to be enacted to ensure that no other experiments develop these qualities. Experiment 1170, Huggy Wuggy, remains the optimal outcome due to his sufficient intelligence paired with maximum obedience. End of log.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, it has been confirmed that the Experiment 1006 that everybody was saying is Huggy Wuggy is confirmed to be the Prototype, the most advanced and most intelligent, yet more violent and aggressive experiment yet. Prototype, he is Experiment 1006, and Huggy Wuggy is Experiment 1170, who is the most ideal one, so that's why they kept recreating Huggy Wuggies. That's why you have a lot of Huggy Wuggies and a little less of others like Poppy, Mommy. That explains that. By the way, I've made a Kissy Missy video, you can check that one out. But in that Prototype, it also mentions that how intelligent this experiment is. It is so intelligent that it uses whatever it can find in its environment to create havoc. It learned its environment and surroundings so quick that when it saw that he is being monitored, he quickly assembles something, hides in one of the spots that the security camera can't find him, lures one of the scientists in. Rest in peace, that scientist. A casualty happens. Then the other scientists, they learn that this experiment is far more intelligent, aggressive, and they gotta be extremely careful. Let's go back to Chapter 1. By the end of Chapter 1, we got another tape that was actually about Prototype, aka Experiment 1006. Cooperation and coordination. Of course, by that time, Huggy Wuggy was already made. By that time, Poppy and Mommy were already made. Experiment 814, Experiment 1170, like all these were already made. So Experiment 1006, at that point in the timeline of Poppy Playtime, Elliot, Ludwig, Stella, Leith, Eddie, all these people were involved big time in these things. It still boggles me how Stella, after seeing everything, the experiments and whatnot, she still decided to join the team. Like, Stella, you're one of the good souls with good hearts. Maybe they kept those secrets away from her, and when she found out it was too late, she was turned into Poppy. That's why she said, you know, terrible things have happened and she wanted to do things right. That's why she's escaping Mommy and other toys, and, you know, even staying away from Kissy Missy and hiding. Maybe that's why they locked her in the cage, because she found out everything. They turned her into Poppy, and then she's like, yeah, but this is another video for Poppy. Move. Stella, move. Coming back to Prototype. Judging from both the tapes, the death quotes, and the ending, it is not that difficult to say, ladies and gentlemen, that this spider-looking hand, which by the way looks a lot like the other mother's hand from Coraline, like immediately everybody's mind went there, but it would not be surprising if that hand is not final form of Prototype. Prototype is just going around seeing things and making those things part of him. That's why Mommy Longlegs literally said this in the end.
What have you done? You'll make me part of you!
So Prototype is going around seeing us as well. He saw us. He saw us, right? He saw us going around killing all these people. First, Huggy Wuggy died, so we don't know what happened to him. But then he saw Mommy Longlegs die. He got the remains. Now, Mommy Longlegs will be a part of Prototype's bigger plan. Prototype wants to create chaos. He's aggressive. He's learning. And because he's so smart, intelligent, he catch on to things fast. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like Prototype is the best main antagonist that this game could have. Because he's so unpredictable, nobody will catch on to his actions. Well, maybe they will, but nobody will catch on to how he actually looks like and whatnot. But one detail that everybody's noticing is that the out-of-bound videos. In one of the out-of-bound videos, if you look closely to the hand, the claw hand, the spider-looking hand, is that there are bones attached to the metal arm. So the theory of Elliot Ludwig using science, technology, and a little bit of magic from Poppy Flower is actually correct. They're doing all sorts of things combined. The BoogieBot origin story of how using robots to capture kids, specifically orphans, to get them into Playtime initiative, then using technology and just science to make a Huggy Wuggy, basically, intelligence and whatnot, and then using Poppy Flower to make the most advanced toys ever. This game is slowly revealing itself, and it is horrifying. I love it here. One thing I'm still confused about as to how the main characters like Stella, Elliot, Ludwig are transformed into toys, because it's not far-fetched to think that they're transformed into toys, but at the same time, it kind of does not make much sense unless until explained otherwise. So, unless their intelligence, their minds are being used to turn into toys, because one of the quotes says, innovation is key, but maybe forget death. It shows that Elliot Ludwig was not only after the most advanced toys, or not only after all of the nasty stuff that he has done, because he lost a loved one, his wife. The theories are going around that he lost his wife, which, you know, led him to do insanely hard work and basically lose himself in the work of Playtime Company. But at the same time, because he lost a loved one, he wanted to make sure that he never loses a loved one again. That's why his plans started to cheat death. Prototype is the most advanced one, so that even if it is destroyed, even if it's burned, crushed, that sucker will still be alive with its intelligence intact, maybe a little bit of it. That is the plan of Elliot Ludwig. Prototype is the result. When they saw how far it was getting, they pulled the plug, but it was too late because the remains of Prototype is still up there. I want your attention to one of the greatest shows of all time, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. There's an episode in one of the seasons that focuses specifically on nanobots, because they duplicate themselves each nanosecond. That's why they call nanobots. They can use any technology, any metal parts, and then they can create anything. It has its own intelligence and whatnot. So even if you crush it, there will always be some nanobots remaining, which then duplicate themselves, and they keep on going. And you know, they only get smarter, aggressive than before. With Poppy, if we are to assume that she is Stella, and Kissy Missy helping us. It shows that there's a bigger play here. We are slowly getting close to Elliot Ludwig's big plan in action. Like, we now know what his plan was because he lost a loved one. He never wanted to feel that loss ever again, so he starts to create something that can cheat death, basically. And a prototype is one of the many consequences of his doings. Well, it's a work in progress theory. I am proud of it, so links are in the description. Do let me know what you feel about Prototype, and I will leave you with this. I think we'll see more Prototype in chapter 3, but I feel like at the same time, the reveal should be that Elliot Ludwig has become a prototype, just like Stella is Poppy, and there should be another monster focused in chapter 3, just like Mommy Long Legs in chapter 2, Huggy Wuggy in chapter 1. There should be a separate monster for chapter 3, not Prototype. But that's just my theory, my opinion. I will leave you. Subscribe.